Hi guys, today I want to show you all of my 2018 makeup empties. I really enjoyed saving all of my makeup empties throughout the year because it really gives you a visual, as you can see, what everything looks like at the end. I wouldn't give you a whole lot of review of the products because there's just too much. And also at the end, I'm going to show you all of the nail polish and perfume empties as well. So let's just get started with the makeup right now. So this is everything. I laid them all out and I'm gonna kind of go through them in categories because I kind of divided them. So from this corner on the bottom right here, this is all of my face primers. I am actually surprised how many face primers I went through this year, but at the same time, as you can see, 5 of them are sample sizes and there's only one full-size product. So the full-size one is from Laurent. It is the Perfection Mattifying Face Primer. I believe I finished a sample size in 2016 and I really liked this, so I decided to buy the full size, but I got really tired of it very fast. So I finally finished this one this year. It's a silicone-based primer. Not a big fan anymore. I don't know what prompted me to buy the full size to begin with. And then I have 5 sample size primers. This one I really enjoyed, but it is quite expensive. It's the YSL Beauty Touche Blur Primer. It's a nice one, but expensive, like I said. And I have a face primer from Wet n Wild. This one is the Photo Focus Face Primer. It is a nice one. Nothing to write home about, but I believe it is pretty cheap, so if I, need something and I'm in a pinch, I would definitely repurchase. The next one I'm not a big fan at all. This one is from Smashbox. It's a Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I just realized I generally don't like silicone-based primers, so I'm glad I finished that one. And then I have 2 from Becca. This first one I really enjoyed. It's the Backlight Priming Filter, and I bought the full size of this already. And then the next one is the Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Opal. I believe this one was supposed to be a kind of like a cream highlighter, but I just used it as a primer, or sometimes I would mix it with my foundation, so that's how I used it up. Not a big fan. Yeah, so not gonna care to purchase that one. So basically I have 6 face primers. That's pretty nice. And then I only used up 1 eyeshadow primer. This one is from Elf and it's in the color Sheer, I believe. It's not sheer for me. It's a little bit too pale for my skin tone. I can definitely see kind of like a white cast when I use it. However, I took out the stopper. I used everything out of it. It's like so worth it. It's only $2, so I don't mind that little bit of work at all. I think it lasted me probably like 3-4 months. I have 2 pans laying around. This guy is actually a depotted highlighter from Elf and it was okay. It's a pretty powdery highlighter. And this one is a depotted eyeshadow from Wet n Wild. It was a leftover shade from my last year's Pan palette, so I finally got that finished. I don't have any other eyeshadows because this year I was doing the kind of rolling style project pan pour instead of the traditional Pan palette. So my goal was to hit pan on eyeshadows instead of finishing them, so I didn't get to finish any other eyeshadow other than this one because I hit pan on probably like 20 shades. So I think that's okay. Next year, or I mean this year now, in 2019, I'm gonna try to finish more eyeshadows. Alright, this category right here in the middle is my concealers and foundations. I only finished 2 foundations. I think that's alright. This one I barely just finished. It's from Too Faced. It's the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. My color is Warm Nude, and this one is a really nice foundation. It's a airless pump. This is actually all gone. It's just air in there now. I like the finish of this because it's kind of like a satin matte. It's not super matte, but it's definitely not oily. It just looks skin-like and it's moussey. So I think overall I really enjoy this one. The color matched me pretty well, so I probably would consider repurchasing. This one is from Wet n Wild. It's the Photo Focus Foundation. My color is bronzy beige. I love this foundation. It's probably even better than the Too Faced one, I feel, because it's even lighter and I think it's just a little easier to blend out. But this one is slightly too dark for me. I have already repurchased, but in a lighter shade. I really just love this foundation a lot. I finished 4 concealers this year. The first one is kind of like an odd one. It's only a sample size, but I decided to talk about it just because how much I like it. And this one actually has a decent size of product in there. It lasts me like 3 weeks, so I thought it's worth mentioning. This one is actually from this little package. So this one is the Sephora Collection Brighter Future Gel Serum Concealer. I only used the shade Custard, and I thought this one was so good. I love this concealer. I think right now I have like 2 or 3 more to work through. Once I finish, I would definitely come back and buy some of those. The other 3 concealers are all in kind of like a pen style. I have this YSL Touche Éclat Radiant Touch concealer, and this one was sent to me by the brand complimentary. I really loved this concealer. It is not cheap. That's the only complaint I have about it, but it covers really nicely. It does hydrate really well, and it's just easy to blend. I think it's a very good product. Fit Me is another good concealer that I really enjoy. I have repurchased this one I don't even know how many times. It's just like my go-to basically, and my color here is 15 Fair. I use 15 Fair usually under my eyes, and I think I sometimes will get 20 or 25, I forgot, the next shade up for my face. So I really enjoy this concealer, and I believe, yeah, I even took out the stopper, so this one is all used up. I really love this one. The next concealer is from Physicians Formula. This is the Super CC concealer in the color light medium. I panned one of those in 2016 and I really loved it, so I bought another one. I finally finished it now, but I don't think I like it as much as I did before anymore. This one is hydrating and creamy. It does cover pretty well, but it's a little bit thick. I feel it's a little harder to blend out on your face, you know, kind of like it would leave brush marks or something. But that one is all used up. I think it was alright, but I probably wouldn't repurchase. Also, it's not like the cheapest concealer in the drugstore either. Alright, next let's go to mascaras. I realize I only have 6 here. I wonder if I have thrown away some without saving the packaging, because otherwise it's not good. I usually use like 2 mascaras at the same time. That means I only switched out my mascara every 4 months. It doesn't sound right. Anyways, before we talk about mascara, I want to talk about mascara primer. This is only one I used. I just have a sample size and a full size. Actually, I have another full size. I forgot to bring it. I have 2 of the full size Grande primers, and they're just so good. This is like my holy grail. I feel it almost makes any mascara good, and I cannot live without it now. And I have a sample size and a full size. The sample size is my preferred size, honestly, because it's so small. This full size one, I can never really finish it. I have to toss it after like three months. The smaller one, it's like the right amount, and I can take out the stopper, like finish everything in there in 3 months, and I think it's not wasteful at all. I wish I can get a whole bunch of the samples instead of buying the full size. And then the mascaras here, I have 6, like I said, only 1 sample size. This one is from Lancome. It's the Hypnose Drama Mascara. I really love this one. I believe a lot of you guys have tried it so far, and it's just a really good mascara. It's a natural wand, like that, and I think it gives a really good effect. And for me, the biggest concern when it comes to mascara is smudging, and this one just stays on my lashes really nicely. And I have 3 mascaras that I really don't care much for at all. Those 2 smudge pretty bad even if I use the primer, so that's just a big no-no for me. This one is CoverGirl So Lashy Blast Pro, and I think on top of the, you know, sponginess, this one has a really funky wand. I hope you can see, like on one side it's kind of flat, and then if you turn it, it becomes a little fatter. Can you tell? But I feel it's just a little too pokey at the end too. I kept like poking my eyeballs with it, so I just decided it's not for me, and it smudges, so there's really no point for me to use that one. And then the Warrior mascara from Flower, this one is alright. It doesn't smudge too bad, but also I don't think it did much for my lashes. It probably would work better for people who already have naturally longer lashes. And this one is a most recent finished one. This one is from CoverGirl Total Tease. I don't get those like weird shaped mascara wand nowadays. And look at this. I don't get it. It's so weird. It doesn't really grab my lashes at all. It doesn't leave a mark on anything, but it smudges. And I try to use it as a lower lash mascara just because it's skinny and the bristles are short, but it didn't work either, so I can't deal with that. And there are two mascaras I really enjoyed. This one is the Grande Mascara Lash Boosting Formula. At first, I didn't care much for it, but the more I used it, the more I liked it. I think I just prefer the drier formula. This one is a natural bristle brush, and it's kind of shorter, but it's not like all over the place, you know? So I think it worked pretty well for me. This one was originally sent to me from the brand. And this one is probably my favorite mascara I used this year. It's from Bare Minerals. It's the Lash Domination Volumizing Mascara. I remember I didn't want to let it go. It's a very small, very short rubber bristle, but it just coats your lashes so perfectly, and I can even use it as a lower lash mascara. It never smudges. It's just the perfect formula. It's so good, so I would probably go repurchase this. All right, let's move on to lips now. So I finished quite a few lip products this year. I did a Finish 2018 all lip product project. Not everything was used in that project, but even if they all counted towards that project, I only have 16 here. So I didn't quite finish my 18 goal, but still I think it's pretty good. So first of all, I have 5 lip glosses, and I think that's pretty good because I generally don't use lip glosses super fast. Those two are bigger. The first two, one is from Marc Jacobs. It's in the color Hey You, and this one is a pretty bright pinky color. You can see I'm okay with it. Not too good, definitely not repurchase, and I didn't take out the stopper just because I don't care for it all that much. The next one is from number 7. It's a high shine lip gloss, and the color is pretty nudie looking, so it worked pretty well for me. It's actually called Naturally Nude. I also didn't take out the stopper, but because this one is a really liquidy formula, I just laid it on the side. You can see it gathered on the side, so I was able to clean it out really well already, so I didn't feel I really needed to take out the stopper. But this one, formula-wise, is really moisturizing and comfortable. Here's another full-size lip gloss. This one took me forever, and I'm so glad it's done. I'm never gonna use another one from this line anymore. It's the NYX Butter Gloss. It is pretty, but I think this packaging is a little messy. Product kept coming out, but it's really creamy, so it will run kind of on your lips. I took out the stopper and I cleaned it all out. I mean, it's all right. I'm so tired of it at the end. This one has a lot of product in there, actually 8 ml, even though it looks a little small, but it's a beast. Then I have 2 sample size lip glosses. This first one I really enjoyed. Well, both of them I really enjoyed actually. This is from GrandeLIPS. It's a hydrating lip plumper. I got a 3-piece set from GrandeLIPS. They sent it to me through PR. This is the only one I have finished. The other one is really close, but I didn't get to finish it completely. You can see that there's still quite a bit product left in there, but there's no way you can push it out. What I really like about this product is that it has a silicone tip, so it kind of maintains the shape when you apply it to your lips, like almost like a lipstick bullet. You know, it has that tip, but at the same time it's a little softer, so it works like for a gloss. So I thought that design was really good, and I actually really enjoy this one. And I love my Buxom lip glosses. This one is a sample size in the color Berry Bramble. I just finished that one real quick, took out the stopper, cleaned everything out. I have 2 sample size liquid lipsticks. One is from Buxom. This one is in the color Devious Dolly. It's a pretty color. It's a nudie, mauvey nudie color. Took out the stopper, finished that pretty fast. Formula wise, it's pretty good. I actually fairly enjoyed it. The other one is from Lime Crime. This is in the color Lola, I believe. Yeah, it's all rubbed off. This is also a really good color, but it does dry my lips a little bit, so I'm not the biggest fan of the formula. It's all cleaned out. Yeah, definitely not gonna repurchase. I used up 3 lip balms. This one is a beast. It's huge. It's the Maybelline Baby Lips Balm Ball, and It was supposed to be this entire ball and I finished it. This one is actually surprisingly good. I really enjoyed it, honestly. The color is called Pretty in Peach. The color isn't too obvious, so I just used it in the house anyways. And I have another baby lips. This one is the SPF 20 kind. It's called Quenched, but basically it's a colorless one. So this one is all finished. The last one is from Chapstick, Total Hydration. Really enjoy this one. It's in the scent Coconut Hydration. And this is all used up. I even dug in a little bit. I think this, I really just like this line of chapstick. I used up 5 full-size lipsticks. I think that's great because in all of my previous years when I pan my like lip products, most of them are sample sizes. So like having 5 full-size lip products finished is no small victory to me, at least. So I think even though I didn't hit my 18 total goal, but because I have 5 full-size lipsticks, I think that's totally all right with me. So let me show you what I have here. The first one is from Revlon. It's a super lustrous lipstick in the color 801 Pink Cloud. It's a shine formula. Sorry, my nails chipped. Yeah, so this is a shine formula. I don't care much for the color. It's too cool toned for me, but it's really comfortable, really hydrating. So I basically just used it like a lip balm in the house. And I will totally repurchase the shine formula, but not this color. I have a Bite lipstick. This one is the Luminous Cream lipstick in the color Pepper. And this color is gorgeous. Formula is really good, but I like finished it pretty fast, surprisingly. So yeah, I used it in the winter. I think it was a good shade. This next one I really enjoyed is from Lancome. I got it from a gift with purchase, I believe, so I don't even know if you could actually purchase it. This is the color design in the color Vintage Rose. It is a sheen formula, so this is what it looks like. I think the color is just perfect for me. It's very nudie, a little bit on the deeper side, but it works great for my skin tone, so I love that one. This is also a really good one. I'm sure you recognize the packaging. It's a Revlon lip butter, and the color is Wild Watermelon. It's just so comfortable. The color is gorgeous. It's kind of like a brighter red. I used it in the summer. It didn't smudge too much, surprisingly, and I think it just worked great. And I miss this formula, honestly, I do. So I probably would look into the drugstore. I don't even know if they still make it though. The last lipstick here is from Bobbi Brown. I don't care for this at all. This is in the color Baby Pink. It's really nude. There's nothing pink about it. I think the formula is a little bit too dry for me. After like reapplying maybe twice or something, like your lips are just like so dry, so uncomfortable. It feels like it just caked on your lips, that kind of feeling. So I'm not a big fan. I'm glad I finished it. I had a different color of this, this line in my collection. I gave that away. I don't even want to try this line of product anymore. All right, now let's move on to eyeliners and brow products. Let's do eyeliners first. I have 2 liquid liners here. They're both black. This one is from Kiko. It's this is the Kiko Style Eyeliner, Long Wear Eyeliner Ultimate Pen. So this one has a really sharp tip. It's a felt tip eyeliner. I do like it, but this packaging is a little annoying because it doesn't close all the way, like it doesn't click or anything, and the cap just falls off, so it dried out pretty fast. The other one is from MAC. This one is the Rachel Black Fluid Line Pen. This one, when I opened it up, I used it like 2 days and it just completely dried out. I think I just had it in my collection for too long. It was brand new. I never used it though, but it was all dried. So lesson learned there. It's a good product, very beautiful tip. I have 2 retractable pencil liners. They're both from Marc Jacobs, and one is in the color Earthquake. The other is in the color Navy Noir. Neither of them is black, but I think they are both deep enough to be used as eyeliners, just regular eyeliners. And I love this formula. It's creamy and it doesn't smudge. I miss them so much already. I probably would go purchase the black one. Then I have 3 eyeliners that you have to sharpen. 2 of them are black. This first one I just recently finished is from Sephora, and the bottom part spins now, so I can't really sharpen it anymore, and this is how much I can get out of it. This one is really creamy, but it smudges so bad, so I'm not gonna even try any more from this line. No, it's bad. And this one is from Julep. It's called Wind Pencil Matte Gel Eyeliner. This one is actually a really good one. I fairly enjoyed it, but it wasn't cheap. It's like $20 some for this, so I probably wouldn't repurchase. And the last one is a colored one. It's a kind of taupey color. Maybe you can see. I basically used it as a cream eyeshadow base. And this one, I believe, is from Sonia Kashuk. And yeah, it's all gone. The little pin thing fell out of it. I have two brow products. One is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This one is pretty nice, but it ran away it ran out a little bit too fast. So for that reason, I'm not a big fan. I just don't think money-wise it makes much sense. And this is all out. There's nothing coming out anymore. The color I have is taupe. I think the color is really nice. And this one is another brow pencil. This one is the brand Eyeliner, and it's a Brow Magician, and the color is mid brown. This one was sent to me from the brand. It has a kind of like triangle tip shape. Can you tell? It's pretty big, but it actually worked really great. I really enjoyed this one. I think it just worked nice for my eyebrows. Maybe the color matched perfectly. Anyways, I really enjoyed it and finished that one. And on the other side, this is a brow gel. I didn't use it because the color is a little too red for me, which is a little strange because you would think in one product wouldn't the two sides match in color, but not really. So yeah, I only used the pencil side and I threw away the side. All right, next I have blushes. I just have two this year, but I think that's pretty good actually. This one is a sample size from Tarte. It's the color Party. It was the birthday gift one year. It's all gone. Took me a long while, so I'm happy with that. But I did really enjoy the color though, and I already got a backup, so I'm happy about that. This is from e.l.f. It's a contouring blush and bronzing powder. I finished the bronzer side many years ago, I think 2015 or 16, and I finally finished the blush side this year. So this one is finally done. I can finally recycle this now. I finished two bronzers this year, which is pretty good, I think, because, well, this guy is giant. So this here is from Too Faced. It's a sample size. I believe it was a 100-point perk, or maybe 500-point perk. I don't remember. But it's a Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I like it okay. I don't think it's like super nice. And I finished this pretty fast, maybe just like 2-3 months. So I probably wouldn't go buy the full size. And here, this huge product here is from Marc Jacobs. It's the number 60 Hi-Fi Filter product. It actually has two sides. So one side is a bronzer and the other side is a face powder. So you can see both sides are gone now. Face powder wise, I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, which is crazy. I don't know what got into me, but I finished 5. That's great. I think this one didn't have much left at the beginning of the year, so I just finished it real quick. It's from Milani. It's called the Multitasker Face Powder, and my color is 03 Medium. I actually really enjoyed this one. I don't know if they still make it though, but I did really enjoy this powder. This one has to be my favorite powder of the year. It was sent to me complimentary from the brand Anna Sue. It's called Powder Foundation Makeup Compact Case 2, because this one is a refill pan, so you could pop out the little pan in here and reuse the case. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. This one is just such a good powder. It provides a little additional coverage and the color is right for me. It keeps you matte but not like super matte, like cakey type of deal. So I think it's just a really, really good powder. I'm really impressed by this. The next powder here is from L'Oreal Geller. It's another powder foundation technically, but I used it as a powder. It's the Baked Balance and Brighten foundation in the color Fair. So it's all finished. I actually really enjoy this powder as well. All right, the last one is from MAC. This is the Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. The color is medium dark. It is way too dark for me. I basically used it as a bronzer. I had like the slightest bit left on the outer side that I scripted it out and repressed it with another powder I'm currently using so I don't waste it. But I think it's all right. There's nothing too special about this powder. I definitely wouldn't repurchase. And like I said, the very last powder is just the one I just showed you in Marc Jacobs. Alright, now let me show you all of my nail polish empties and also my perfume empties and a couple like of miscellaneous stuff. So with nail polish, I'm not going to go into each color, but if you want to see all of the reviews and how I use them, go check out my Project Polish playlist. I will link that down below. But basically, those are all of the nail polishes I finished this year. I have 5 technically full-size nail polishes, but you know the bottles are a little smaller, such as Julep and this brand Ginger and Liz. They are actually more or less like sample sizes in my mind. And I have 2 sample size nail polishes. One is from Zoya, one is from Deborah Lippmann. And then here I have 7 full-size bottles. I have China Glaze, Maybelline, Whim. It used to be sold at Ulta. They don't have it anymore. A couple Zoyas, L'Oreal. Did I skip one? Oh yeah, Essie. So those are all of my full-size nail polishes. And then on the bottom, those are my top coats and base coats. I finished a huge bottle of Armor top coat from Zoya. I really love this top coat. I would totally repurchase. I have a base coat from Glisten Glow. It's alright. And there's a set from Zoya Naked Manicure System. 1 top coat, 1 base coat. It's okay. I also have a set of top and base coat from Night Out Lacquer. They are pretty good, but it doesn't work all the way. Like the top coat thickens pretty bad towards the end, if you know what I mean. And then lastly, I have a sample size Naked Manicure. This is a pink perfector, but I just used it as a base coat and it worked okay. I definitely wouldn't purchase that. Perfume wise, I have 3. 2 are full size bottles. 1 is a sample travel size. The travel size one is from, this is Luxury Scent Box. So the idea is that you will go buy this little vinyl thing and just put it in this case when you travel. I like it okay, but probably not going to repurchase. And the scent I have in here is Chloe. And I have a full-size Bulgaria Omnia. This is in the scent Amethyst. And this used to be my signature scent. I still like it, but not as much as before anymore. So I probably would give it a break. And I wouldn't use it for or repurchase for a little while. And this one I fairly enjoyed. It's the Flora by Kuji, and this one is all gone with a few drops left, but it just really doesn't come out anymore, so I called it quits. And the last 2 things, I don't even know what to call them. You can see here is a blotting paper from Tatcha. It's actually really nice because the size of it's like huge. And I think it worked pretty well, but I'm not a person that would usually use blotting paper anyways, so yeah, I probably wouldn't repurchase. And I have a pair of false lashes. This is from the brand Cream. You can see that I cut them in halves, so I use them as just half lashes basically. And I think it worked pretty good, and yeah, it's alright. So that's everything I have now. I didn't do the money value. I never do that just because I don't know what to go off of, because a lot of the things, you know, the full price is one thing, but a lot of times we catch them on a sale. So I know I didn't pay as much as what they would look like on paper, especially when it comes to samples. A lot of them are free, and I don't want to do the calculation of like per ounce price or anything like that. So I just didn't bother to do that. I think for me, as long as I'm moving products out, I don't really care. Like, you know, I already spent the money. I'm okay just looking at how many things I finished and not care too much about how much money value worth of products I finished. So I hope you guys are all right with it, and I'm pretty proud of all the products I finished this year. So you can see a whole lot of nail polishes, a couple big perfume items, and all of my makeup. I've tossed them in a Ziploc here, so I think that's really nice. Every year after I do this, I always feel pretty satisfied. So if you're interested, I will leave my previous 2 years of makeup empties down below in the description box, so you can check those out. And I feel every year when I rewatch those, I'm always like super inspired, like it was great, and it pushes me to go a little further. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me a like and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.